Previously on Traitors. That shit was probably so ass, I'm sorry. Nah, but I started watching that season 4 of Traitors last week, and in just 3 episodes, it's already off to a much better start than season 3, in my opinion. One thing I'll say about Traitors, as somebody who does not watch the UK version of the show or the celebrity version, I think they got a celebrity version of Traitors. Why do we need that? Y'all already cast celebrity people on the series, whether it's TV celebrities or what. They're celebrities to a majority of the people watching, so why did you need a celebrity traitor? I'm gonna let them cook. Y'all in the comments let me know if celebrity Traitors is worth the watch. I watched Celebrity Big Brother, and I'm gonna just say that shit is not worth it. But back to Traitors US though. I love how Alan constantly adds changes to these new seasons. And I really love the twist of the secret traitor at the very beginning of the season. Not only was there a secret traitor, but they got to determine the pecking order on who was going to get murdered after the first episode. Typically we have the traitors fraternizing amongst themselves talking about we could murder them. But then we could also murder him because he was talking some shit during the challenge. I didn't really like that. But we could also murder them because they be snoring in their sleep. Like just shallow shit. And me at home, I'm just screaming, bro, kill this one person. They deserve the bullet more than anybody else. So I did like the twist, but finding out who the secret traitor was and getting them up out the way in the first 3 episodes wasn't really the biggest fan of it. I did want to see the secret traitor link up with the main traitor, but I guess you can't keep America's mother under that hood for too long, can y'all? By the way, that's y'all mother, not mine. I don't know who in their right mind gave Donna the America's mother pass. I'm not jacking that. Shout out to Travis and Jason. Good woman, it seems like. If she had a little bit more time as a traitor, maybe she would have been able to thrive. But these faithfuls, while yes, I'll give them credit for getting a traitor, are not the best faithfuls that we've had on Traitors US, in my opinion. And it's still early in the season, so maybe this changes, but y'all are going off of these hunches, assumptions on how people would be if they were traitors versus proof that they actually have. And then when they provide proof that they actually have, y'all use that as suspicion when the person that they have valid proof for getting out of here ends up not being a traitor, which is fair, but also rationalization. I don't know. I just feel like Ron getting any type of heat for putting sus on Portia in episode 2, getting out of Faithful so early on in the game is very crazy considering he had proof on multiple fronts. But he said casually, I mean, yeah, there's gotta be 4 traitors, right? On top of some other stupid shit she said, he had all right to think that. And what's up with the memory loss these faithfuls have this season? I'm saying you were in the room with me when I said XYZ. You talking about I didn't hear no X, Y, or Z. Now I'm gonna think you sus because you was literally in the room with me. Why would I lie about that? Either they lying to protect their own ass or they being serious. And if you being serious, then you not playing the game of traitor. You need to lock in. Us faithfuls are trying to make this money. You talk about some I didn't hear XYZ say it, making me look crazy. I'm not trying to go home just yet. On the topic of the other traitors, I like them so far. More so Rob and Lisa over Candace, if I'm gonna be honest. Candace was doing a lot of talking, a lot of yap. Every round table, you could almost bet your whole house that Candace is going to have something to say. She'll interject herself in the conversation she has no business interjecting herself in, which I guess you could say that's just Candace being bold. And I understand that. I don't necessarily want to be a traitor and just be on the side not saying anything at any round table. I think there's a way you can suss people out without having to be as outspoken as Candace is, and I think that might get the traitors in trouble down the line. Case in point, she sussed out Lisa before she even knew who the traitors were, knowing she was a traitor. You did not have to do all that, shorty. That distraction she caused with that conga line in episode 2 or 3, that was S tier out of you. And they're gonna do a much better job than the traitors in the last season, but honestly, I mean, they don't have to do too much to do better than the ones last season, let's be honest. Honestly, season 2 traitors were pretty bad too. On 2 separate occasions, you got Dan and Boston Rob both selling their team. I hope that there's not a situation like that in this season because at some point it just becomes repetitive. And I do like the chemistry amongst these 3 so far, so hopefully these traitors get a good run before any of them get sent home. Like I said, I'm not really the biggest fan of the faithfuls right now. Some of these faithfuls are playing entirely too hard, and the one playing the hardest is Michael Rappaport. It's like every episode they gotta teach this man how to play the game. Talk about I'm the most faithful. We don't need to hear that again. Talk about I'm from New York, so I know how to trash talk. We don't care, Mike. We don't care. We here to play traitors, and every episode you become more and more suspect. And keep doing you though, because the other traitors go walk away with his breath, but you just act how you act. Now, based on my dialogue just now, it's gonna sound like I want the traitors to win, but I really have no dog in this fight. I'm just acknowledging that the faithfuls have not really been playing the best game so far, in my opinion. Going off of who could be a great traitor versus who actually is suspect in the game and might be a traitor. We've seen in past seasons people who have not appeared to be a traitor end up being traitor. Case in point, Carolyn in the last season. That girl does not have traitor written anywhere on her, but she was still selected to be a traitor. My advice to these faithfuls would be think outside the box going forward. I know it's early on in the game. Going forward, the person you expect the least could still be a traitor. So lock in on them. Also, where Rob and Lisa playing chess in that last episode when they had to pull off the in plain sight murder. Neither of these motherfuckers knew how to play chess. And Shorty was watching them actively not know how to play chess and didn't think that was suspicious in any way. I really have got to tee up because right now y'all making this game entirely too easy for the traitor. I got that one dude, Colton. I think that kid from The Bachelor. If y'all lose him, if he gets murdered, y'all be walking around this house like chickens with their heads cut off, and the traitors go knock y'all off one by one. I promise. Be up, because right now it's looking like this game is over before it even starts.